You know, I really felt like I had lost all sense of kind of who I was, which is kind of what happens when you're a parent, when you're raising children, right? And I was going through the motions, just doing the normal adulting things. And then my little boy, who was 6 years old at the time, he had found BTS, as I think he must have found them on YouTube or something. I don't know how he found them. But he came to me and said, "Mom, I found this group of boys that I think look like me." Because we're actually a part Asian family. We're Indonesian. And I said, show them to me. And he shows them to me on his iPad. And at the time, it was Yoongi. I didn't know it was Yoongi at the time, but I'm looking at him and I said, oh, wow. And I just saw my little boy's eyes light up like a light switch had gone off. Like he just fell in love with these guys. And and I and I know it was because he felt represented. Like he felt represented for the first time as this little boy. We live in a predominantly white area. It's really rural, not a lot of Asian people around. And this was huge for him. So I said, okay, let me check out this group for you. Let's check out BTS. So I start looking into them and I start vetting them, and I have no idea. I'm like, who is this group? And I start doing the Google search. I start vetting them because, he is 6 years old. You got a 6-year old boy. I'm like, I don't know what these guys are talking about, what they're rapping about, what they're. So I start looking at the lyrics. I start checking them out, and I'm like, they're actually talking about finding yourself, loving yourself, following your dreams, positivity, all of these really amazing messages. And I thought it was great. So it really just started out as me supporting his passion. I was all about it. I started getting him the merch. I started doing it for him because, I wasn't going to get into this. I wasn't going to get into this group. There was no way, right? That's kind of how it began. I started as I started, looking them up and I started supporting him, I started falling in love, of course, and it was the Mic Drop Steve Aoki music video, which for a lot of people was kind of the breaking point. That was the rabbit hole, or I'd never seen anything like it in my life, truly. I was like, "What is this?" It blew my mind. I fell in love. I was down the rabbit hole, and that was it for me. So that's kind of how I became Army. I fell absolutely in love. And suddenly here I am, this adult BTS fan. I'm like, are there even other people my age that like this group? Like, what am I supposed to do here? So I started looking around online, looking for other armies, and that's kind of how it came to be that I started this BTS account. And it really was not big at all for a while. It was just me. I really just wanted to have my own little private space to fangirl over them and see all the content and see all the reels and have my feed really critique to them because people in my regular normal life didn't really get it. And I just started connecting with people and started making friends, and it just grew and grew and grew. So that's kind of how I came into the fandom.